Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. The discussion topic is about the subject of chemistry. We will discuss today about the separation of solid-solid mixtures and the separation of solid-liquid mixtures. This discussion will be brought out today. And also I will show you some practical applications which I have done today. So friends, we are going to start now. What is this? We all know that this is a type of mixture. It is a mixture of mud and water called as muddy water. I want to tell you something about mixtures. Mixtures are made up of elements or compounds, or both elements or compounds. Mixtures do not undergo any chemical change. The components retain their individual properties. They are just opposite to the compounds, as compounds undergo chemical change. Okay. So we come to the actual discussion of today's, that is the separation techniques of mixtures. First we are going to learn about solid and liquid mixtures. First is sedimentation and decantation. So let us start. I hope all of you have liked the video. So let's proceed to our next discussion. Our next discussion topic is filtration. The process in which an insoluble solid is separated from a liquid by allowing it to pass through a filter is called filtration. So this is also a solid liquid mixture, heterogeneous, as it is said that insoluble solid, so it is not dissolved. I have also arranged a video for filtration. If you see the video, it will be more clear. So nothing to explain. I proceed to the next part of this page. The choice of the filter depends upon the size of the suspended particles to be separated. That means how the suspended particles is of size, or what size the suspended particles have, on that means depending on that the choice of filter will be chosen. Sometimes instead of a filter paper, a muslin cloth, a cotton cloth, or a layer of sand is used as a filter. So there may not be all the ingredients which are needed, so one can use a cotton cloth also, as I have used a cotton cloth, because filter paper is not available in most of the houses. I have used a cotton cloth. These filters allow liquids to pass through them but not the solids. They will not allow the solids to pass through them. They will not give the permission. Okay, the insoluble solid left on the filter is called residue. So nothing to explain. The clear liquid that collects after filtration is called the filtrate. That means the clear water which we can get after filtration is the filtrate. Mixtures like sawdust and water, sawdust and water is very common. Chalk and water also very common. Tea and tea leaves, it's very common because we see in our everyday lives tea and tea leaves. But we do not separate the tea and tea leaves by filtration. It's separated by another process in our house. Charcoal powder and water. Charcoal powder, okay, and water, etc. are separated by this method. That means by filtration, this many examples of separation can be done. Separation of mixtures can be done. Okay, now let's see the video. I have arranged a very interesting video. I have taken the example of chalk and water because there may not be, I just now told that there may not be all the ingredients in all of our house. So chalk is available in my house as I had the choice of chalk and water. So let's see. Friends, our next topic is about the separation of solid mixtures. First method is hand picking. From the name only we can understand that this method is done by the application of hand. So let us see what is written here. This method of separation is used to separate undesirable substances present in small quantities in a mixture. That means if there are small quantities, then only we can separate. Then only it is the power within us to separate it. Otherwise, if they are present in very large quantities, we may not have the power to separate them. The substances also should be big enough in size to be picked up, or of different shape or color to be picked up by hand. That means it should be within the power of our eyes also to see it. That should be big enough, and to touch it, so that it should be big enough so that we can touch it, or of different shape. Okay, if they are of same shape or same color, would we be able to separate it by our hand? No, we can't. So it will be big enough in size, or of different color, or of different shapes, so that it is the power of us to pick up by hand. I'm saying you an example that small stones from rice and pulses can be separated by this method. We separate, no? We see that our mother separate small stones from rice and pulses when they are cooking. Everyone can see in their houses. I have arranged a video for this hand picking also. So let us see, friends. Friends, I suppose that you have liked the video. Our next topic is, it is also about the separation of solid mixtures, but the method is not the same. It is sieving. Let us see what sieving method is actually. This method is used to separate solid components of different sizes in a mixture. That means it is based on the sizes. Okay. It is done by the application of sieve. Let us see what is sieve. A sieve has small holes of the same size. The mixture is put on a sieve and shaken. That means shaken means to vibrate. The holes of the sieve allows only the smaller components to pass through it, and the bigger components are left on the sieve. We have learned that the sieve has very small holes. From the small holes, the bigger components cannot pass. So the bigger components are left on the sieve, and the smaller components are passed through the sieve, and hence the components are separated. This is a very easy method. Now I want to tell you some examples of sieving. Sieving method is used in the kitchen to remove bran from floor. Sieves are also used in the construction sites, we know that, no? In the industries, to separate stones from sand. By sand we make houses. Sand is used to make houses. So we also know that there are many stones suspended in the sand. So to separate those stones from sand, we need to use the method of sieving. Next is, we can separate fine sand from coarse sand, or the sand that is rough from the smooth sand. Okay. So these are some examples, very common examples these are. I have also took a photo when I was performing the method of sieving. So I want to show you that photo. Let us see. I have taken the photo when I performed the process of sieving. From this we can understand how the process of sieving is. We can see here that the components are separated. Hope you have enjoyed today's discussion. So that's all for today's discussion. The rest left out separation techniques will be discussed on my next video, which will be coming soon. Hope we will meet again. Bye bye.